Hello. Yeah. Apologies, Shadowhawk. Apologies. Late night draw stream. They take their toll. Uh,
Uh-huh.
and
I knew it
often
was
I,
going to happen sooner or later.
yeah, I know the world goes on.
You got to prioritize. 4 o'clock shadow
I know.
comes first, mister.
Yes.
First.
Yes. Oh, here's a good video that's up there. Why Toho's non-Godzilla movies
Hey, Lover.
are so great. You might have to watch that one.
Okay.
I'm going to put
Yeah.
that in my little history of watching.
Well,
Um,
kaiju movies. Yeah, buddy.
but yeah, we had about a 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. We had about a 4 hour stream, just short of 4 hours last night.
How
Um,
dare you?
yeah, early this morning. And speaking of going past midnight, uh, hello, Omer. Hello, McFly. Mm-hmm.
What's up,
Oh, he
Boomer?
just woke up. Can you tell mm-hmm. By my
Rex is
voice that
still
I just woke up?
a little foggy. I
What, my
don't know.
voice?
Come on.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I had that.
That's
Oh, shoot. Guess what?
Oh, wow. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, his frickin' monitor just turned itself off. Well, folks, welcome to a Friday on the 4 o'clock shadows. The way to start the show. Yeah, right out of the box, we are hitting on all cylinders. We are landing all the punchlines and hitting all the videos. So everything's working great. Uh, welcome to Organized Chaos, people. Uh, this is what we do. We do it every day. Come join us. Have some fun. Uh, yeah, see, it doesn't go black on me because I'm still in the back room. So it takes a minute before he just drops off completely. So I just think he's being quiet and then, oh, he's gone. Okay. So dance, Shadow, dance. Hope everyone's been having a lovely holiday season. Counting it down. My last 2 nights left before I go back to work. I don't want to go back. I don't want to, but I gotta. So I will. Is what it is. Hopefully this year I can improve my situation a little bit. So, good things coming. Good things coming. It's my show now. See, and I'm not even prepared. I should have a can of sardines over here just in case. Uh, yeah, I haven't been doing much lately, guys. Sorry about that. I've just been trying to do some working out, get myself into a little bit better shape, try to get moving a little bit better every day. So uh, it hasn't been easy. But it is what it is, and we're moving forward. 2026 is a new year. Yeah, baby. Gonna kick some ass this year. And we be kicking some more ass on the 4 o'clock shadow. Rex will get back in here. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's taking him a little while to get back in. Didn't Rex never did get a new computer, right? He just got his fixed or something, supposedly. I thought we were gonna get him a new one. We need to, we need to do something about Rex's computer. It's terrible. Somebody go to Goodwill and buy him a tower or something. Jesus. Ooh, yeah. Give me those bionic implants on. I'll take them. I don't mind if the guy to walk around going. Yeah, that'd be a pretty cool little sound effect to have playing in your head every time you I gotta get me the bionic eye though too. Gotta be able to spy on people. If you're gonna be the bionic man, you gotta have at least one good eye, right? I know Homer knows what I'm talking about. The bionic eye for the girl watching. Yes, baby. You never get too old to be girl watching. At least I hope not. If I do, that's probably a bad sign. I could be in a lot of trouble at that point. But we haven't got there yet. Anywho, yeah, my daughter's having a sleepover tonight, so any minute now we should have a bunch of noise entering uh, the background sound around here. So I already advised Rex, so I don't know how long I'm going to be able to hang out tonight. Things should be crazy. But the Munchkin's friend has not arrived yet, so right now things are quiet. Rex get back in here and we could get a little show going. I got nothing. I got no control. I can't show you guys anything. I could turn my camera on and show you stuff like on my walls, I guess. Yes, I know, I'm a glitch. Bro, that's disappointing. I got bigger things to worry about than a new computer, man. I gotta worry about getting me fixed before I fix my fucking internet. So,
Well,
just the way it is.
that was a bust.
There he is.
Um,
What happened? Kicking yourself, mister.
Monitor went into
Sleep mode again?
into sleep mode and dark, and I thought, okay, I'll just talk. I don't need to see anything. I'm not going to
No,
share
dude, you just
anything.
disappeared this time. Yeah.
I know.
It-
Yeah,
it was-
my mic. I could hear from my earbuds that my mic cut out at the same time.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, normally we can still hear you or whatever. And you were just like, it just went whoop. You were gone.
I know
was like, oh shit. Okay.
It's a new thing every day, and so I had to try and reboot the computer, and I did a quick reboot. I know you're supposed to wait 30 seconds and then turn it on. I didn't, and of course I probably should have because the monitor didn't come on. So then I had to shut it off again, and then
wait
through
30
everything.
seconds.
Anyway, oh man, it's nutsy. But anyway,
computers make life so easy, Rex. Don't you love how much more convenient your life is?
well, I know I don't show them enough love, and maybe they're saying you don't show me enough love. But anyway,
Huh? What, the computer?
Omer says it's 90 degrees there in Texas, and it's damn hot.
That's what you get for enjoying yourself the other day while I was freezing, Homer.
I'm not sure what it is here. I imagine it probably maybe got up to 50s. It did rain a little bit, shower. I don't, the pavement's wet. How about that? I don't know how much it rained because I was asleep. But
yeah, I don't know. It's still cold here. It's that we might have hit 30 today.
I figured out why I couldn't, I was asking about the dead zone, about man, it looks like I'm lost. Did they do any additional movies? And I think Homer said they might have did a movie in between seasons or something. What it was is I skipped from season 2 to season 4, watched all of season 4, and then I'm like, is there another one? And this says season 4. Oh crap. Did I watch season 3? No. So of course the start of 4 didn't. But now I know some of the spoilers. Who kills who or whatever, because
how many seasons did that one? Was it only 4 altogether?
Well, you know what? I'm going to do a search. I've been very diligent to
'Cause
turn my computer off, and that
I,
was kind of added to the delay of today's show. Um,
mm, 'cause I
let me
remember
just.
watching the first, I don't know, like maybe first or second season, maybe possibly half of the second season. And then, I don't know if we
Yeah.
changed cable providers, what happened, but for whatever reason, we weren't watching that show anymore. But it was pretty good when I started watching
First
it.
first episode date was June 16th, 2002 on the USA channel, and the final episode was September 16th, 2007.
Oh, wow. Maybe that's why we stopped watching it. Maybe the series might have ended then. Because me and Mama Hawk got together in 2006. So,
It's off Stephen King's 1979 novel of the same name.
hmm
Lionsgate, very early Lionsgate, that did the Marvel movies and stuff, and it has the old Lionsgate logo and everything. Lionsgate
yeah.
Television, and was produced by and Paramount Network Television, later CBS Paramount Network Television. They had a name change. The show was originally commissioned for UPN, but the network dropped the show and it was picked up by USA.
Ah, okay.
The series was filmed in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, for its first 5 seasons. So, wow. Okay, I've only got the first 4 seasons. It had 6 seasons.
We're going on 4 years now. I've been using my phone on me. It'll be
Yeah,
4 years.
the whole time.
Coming up.
Yeah, over 4 years
Yeah.
now. Yeah. Well, no, technically not, because you didn't come on till May.
Right. That's what I'm
The,
saying. In a couple
right
more months, I'll be at 4 years.
at 4 years, right? So you're striving for 4 years on your
That's right.
phone.
Gonna make a record out of that motherfucker. Oi, oi,
Yeah, well, I
Jared
think you've
Seville.
already probably done that.
It
Let's
seems
see,
like I've been doing this longer than anybody else.
May. Let's see, where is your anniversary on May? May is also your. Let's see, May
I think it's
21st,
like
if I
around the
remember right.
20 something,
Yep,
22nd,
21st. Yep.
21st, 21st. Yeah,
Hmm.
okay.
I
Yeah.
got a haircut on that day in 2024, and we had Rob Ewing on. We had the Scrappy and Sauce launch with Rob
Nice.
Ewing. Now I got a question mark
Okay.
behind that. So, but yeah, it was your first episode 117 of the 4 o'clock Shadow. Was the first time Shadowhawk came on, and
Woohoo.
yeah, it was a Tuesday. So I don't know if we had Texas Dave on or not, but you know,
And the last
calendars are
thing Rex
wonderful.
said to me was, "See you next Tuesday." And I went, "Oh, ow."
Yeah, no, it wasn't either. Now Lorenzo beat you in. He came in, and then you got home, and then you came in
Yeah, I was
because
second check.
you were commuting. You were commuting a
Yeah,
lot.
I was
But
trying like hell to get back home.
hey, Gary. Yeah. So apparently, I got to get Dead Zone 5 and 6 if I want to complete the End of the World storyline, because it wasn't resolved at the end of season 4. Since I watched that out of
Oh wow,
order,
that thing went
uh,
6 seasons. Wow,
it went
I didn't
6
think it went that
seasons.
long.
I didn't know that I didn't have the complete thing. I, probably just picked those up at Sam's Club back when, because I bought a lot of
That was
different
probably
things.
like what the collected version up until while you're waiting on season 5 to
Maybe,
start or
yeah.
something. That's
Well, I don't know. Who knows? But
they used to
yeah,
do that a
okay.
lot. Like they'd put 3 of them together, and sell it as a trilogy, and then all of a sudden, oh, well, we got part 4, 5, 6. Now you got 2 trilogies. Yeah.
The Dead Zone was expected to renew to be renewed for a 7th season, but was due to financial concerns and fear of low ratings on the part of the producers. The series was canceled on a major cliffhanger. Oh, crap! In
Now,
2007. Without
of
a
course it was.
series
What?
finale. Sci-Fi was rumored to possibly pick up the series after it was canceled by USA, but it did not occur. So it's going to end on a cliffhanger no matter what I do.
All
Damn it.
right, yeah. So
Yeah. Well,
you got double screwed, right?
yeah. A small town teacher, Johnny Smith, is involved in a car accident that leaves him comatose for about 6 years. Is it the same character as in the Stephen King book?
Basically, they might have changed the name just a little
Tweaked
bit.
it? Yeah.
His name was Johnny in the book. I can't remember if
Okay.
the last name is exactly the
Okay.
same or not.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's a good story. Again, Stephen King, I got problems with going
Right.
back and looking at him now. But I used to love his stuff back in the day. As a kid growing up, I read Stephen King voraciously.
Hmm.
But now I go back and look at a lot of it, and it's like, ooh, questionable.
Well, after regaining consciousness, Johnny having visions of the past and future triggered by touching items or people. People call him a psychic, he's activating the
The dead
area that
zone.
most people don't use, called the dead zone in his mind, or at least that's what Stephen King calls that. I think it's just hoodoo, make it up. This would be a neat concept.
It's the third eye, the pineal gland.
Third eye, right?
Yeah. There's been a bunch of different versions of it, but it opens up your mystic powers, right?
Yeah, your insight beyond normal senses. Doctors attribute the visions to activity in a previously unused, quote, dead zone of his brain that is attempting to compensate for the impaired function of the portions injured in the accident. Johnny
It's not
also
a
learned that his fiancee, Sarah, gave birth to his son in the interim because they were going to get married, but they did the nasty before they got married, and yeah, she got pregnant and had a son while he was comatose. In the interim, following the
probably
accident,
was a new guy.
yeah, she married another man. With the help of Sarah, her husband, the town sheriff, Walt Bannerman, the physical therapist, Bruce, Johnny begins using his abilities to help solve crimes. His attempts to do good, though, are complicated by interim visions of apocalyptic events brought about following the future election of Congressman candidate Greg Stilson. Yeah. Greg Stilson is somehow going, but with this shadow, thing behind him, pushing him, agenda is bringing about. He keeps seeing the destruction of New York by nuclear means.
Yeah. This guy is going to cause basically a nuclear incident if he gets elected or something. I do remember that much. Yeah.
I would just like to know if the world is destroyed. Maybe that's the cliffhanger, the Stilson thing, because that does run through maybe 2nd season through at least the 4th season and beyond, because they haven't resolved it at the end of 4, and I don't have 5 and 6 that I know of. So I guess I'll have to check the rest just to make sure that I'm not missing something. But I think 4 seasons was all I had.
It looks like they did a pretty good job. I mean, if they made it 6 seasons, because I like the show. Like I said, it was just one of them things where we moved or we changed cable providers or something, and all of a sudden I didn't have that show.
I just hate that they fall into the category of unfortunate, kind of like Pirates of Dark Water. Their quest never resolved itself. Now that's a cartoon, but it
still sucks though when you want to see the end of the big finale to it. It would have been like the whole Thanos thing, and then they never did the last movie. And it's been like, oh, sorry guys, we're just not doing the last one. Yeah.
Saturday we're having Apex After Dark. I believe it's Apex didn't tell me this, but last week it was at midnight, the original timing. I guess that's due to his work. He gets home and he wants to do Apex After Dark. So technically early Sunday morning, but Sunday
Right.
morning
So
at
I
midnight.
will probably not be there this week. I
Right,
was there
right. But now
last time only because I was off work.
our special guest though this week is Edwin Buzz Acevedo. So if you are one of those late nighters that can't sleep, Saboteur Comics in the house. Hello, Saboteur. Then Apex After Dark may be your thing on Saturday nights. So come join us. I'm a co-host over there on Apex.
Oh, turn the porch light on? Do you tell her to come around the back or the front?
I did.
Turn the porch light on. Sorry, my daughter's friend just got here. Let me.
Right, gonna have a sleepover, and Shadowhawk's gonna have to get out in the cold and work on his car tomorrow.
Let me mute.
Okay.
Yeah, it's already getting dark today. I'm not going out there to work on that car.
And it's because of the code too, I believe.
Well, yeah, I hate the fucking code.
Hello.
Well, yeah.
All right. Hey, calm down. All right, I got to mute for a minute.
Okay. Yeah, Johnny Banner, Johnny Smith, I'm sorry, of the Dead Zone. It's played by Anthony Michael Hall. A lot of you might know him from when he was just a teenager, a kid, doing movies in the 1980s. I should enter his name and just do a search for his different movies. He was born in 1968. Let me bring.
Oh my God, poor dog is going nuts over here.
I can't hear the dog.
No, she's being quiet, but she's just like she's all over this poor girl. She walked in the door. She made one step in the door, closed the door behind her, and the dog was like right there, just sitting right in front of her, just she's rubbing her face all over her. And so hi. She's being good, but she's she's a good sized dog. She's strong. When she leans up against your legs, you feel it.
We're both older than Michael Anthony Thomas that we used to watch in movies in the 80s. Is that crazy or what? He's only 57.
Yeah. No, I believe it. Yeah, I think what was his first movie? Like Weird Science or something was the first big one, I think. Or was it Pretty in Pink?
Wow. Six Pack, 1982.
Six Pack? David, get down there.
And a supporting role of Russell Rusty Griswold in National Lampoon's Vacation, 1983. Yeah, he was the son in the original National Lampoon's Vacation. So that was a high-profile role for him early on. I remember that. Hall had his breakout and starring roles in 3 John Hughes directed films, 16 Candles. I remember that. The Breakfast Club, I didn't really watch. I was one of those.
Yeah, that was a big one for him.
I saw 16 Candles and Weird Science, and I saw that too, but not Breakfast Club. I passed on that one. Mainstream media associated Hall with a group of young actors known as the Brat Pack due to his role in those films. Hall diversified the roles to avoid becoming typecast as his geek persona joining the cast of Saturday Night Live in 85, 86. I didn't know that. He was on Saturday Night Live. And starring
for a little while.
starring in films such as Out of Bounds, 1988, Johnny Be Good, 1988, Edward Scissorhands in 1990.
Yeah, he played the bad guy boyfriend, or wannabe boyfriend in Edward Scissorhands.
I'm glad to see he has gray hair like me now. But yeah, we're older than he is. He was only born in 1968. Wow.
The punk.
After multiple roles in the 1990s, he starred as Shorty Latmore on the USA Network sitcom Claudia's Crib, 1997, and Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates in the television film Pirates of Silicon Valley, 1999. Hall experienced a career resurgence with the lead role in the USA Network science fiction series The Dead Zone, which ran from 2002 to 2007, and a supporting role in the superhero film The Dark Knight, 2008.
Was he? I don't remember him in The Dark Knight. I guess he was.
Yeah, I had to go back and see it. Isn't that the one where, the guy that played Sid Vicious way back when, I think?
It's the first Christian Bale one, I think.
Okay, but doesn't that have what's his name that played Churchill, that played Commissioner Gordon, one of the greatest actors of all time. You love him. What else did he did? He did Sid Vicious. I think that was the first thing I saw him in the Sex Pistols movies in the early 80s. He did Churchill recently, a few years ago. What is his name?
I don't know. My brain's not working.
Yeah. Anyway, and Trigger Warning, 2024, and also had a main role on the third season of the Amazon Prime video series Reacher. That's been kind of out there, 2025. So Reacher. All right.
And hail to Matthew Creek. Good to see you, buddy. Go to Kickstarter and check out The Night Slayer.
Well, it's unfortunate that, he's not doing much nowadays, I guess. But he's had.
No, I don't think he is.
Hi, Matthew.
He had a pretty good career. I mean, from the 80s to the 2000s, it's pretty good for Hollywood. 30 years.
Oh, yeah. I mean, hopefully he made his money, especially on that, USA, which, role.
I'm sure he did, man. Yeah. Especially on those John Hughes movies and stuff, he probably still gets like residuals off that shit from
on some of the and some of the. I mean, if you get like per episode by TV, you might get paid $100,000 if you're the lead or more. I mean, just depends on what you negotiate. But even if you got it's not a bad payday. If you get to keep some of it, the government doesn't come in and snatch it. Yeah. So what's going on with your vehicle? Exactly. You don't know.
Everything was fine day before yesterday. Last time I drove it, I mean, she was still running a little rough, but I know what's going on with that. There's not a whole lot I can really do about it. I mean, I could straighten it out for about 2 weeks at a time. But anyway, all of a sudden this morning I went to go run some errands and got to the first stop sign and shit and fucking suddenly discovered I had no brakes. My car didn't accelerate like it normally does. It like barely limped along and made it to where I needed to go, and I got back home and so it's like it is what it is. I know what's going on. It's just I was hoping I could put it off just a little bit longer.
Gary Oldman. That's who I was
Gary
trying to
Oldman.
think.
Yeah.
He
Oh
played
yeah, Gary
Commissioner
Oldman.
Gordon.
Yeah.
He played Commissioner Gordon, but was that the movie that Michael Hall was in? Just don't know.
Ooh.
Or was that the
Yeah,
more recent
maybe.
movie with Mr. Twilight, Mr. Genius
No,
Detective?
no. It was the older one because The Dark Knight is.
I thought it was. Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
Christian
that's
Bale.
Christian.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the Christian Bale. I think that's the first one.
yeah,
So
with
it
Oldman.
might be.
Oldman played the role more than once, right? The
Yeah, I think he did
Gordon.
2 out of
Yeah.
the 3 Christian Bale movies or something like
Oh,
that. I think the third
okay.
one he ended up getting replaced. I
Mhm.
could be wrong. I haven't watched all the Bale Batmans in a while,
Yeah, I ain't either.
but
But
they're some of my favorites next to Michael Keaton.
they were better than the Twilight guy. I'm sorry. You know, they were like, oh, he's getting back to his detective origins and stuff. And yeah, that's the way he
Yeah.
should be played. But he was clueless throughout the whole movie. Everybody else, like
Yeah, they
Commissioner
didn't.
Gordon, was giving him the clues to get him down to
Yeah,
find the bad guy, the Riddler.
he, he was no Sherlock Holmes. We'll put it that way.
No, he was, and everybody was loving on that movie at the time it came out. It's, oh, we're so glad he's. It's like, really, this is the guy from Twilight. Really, you're really. He's clueless
And
throughout the whole movie.
he didn't get in shape for the movie.
Well,
Whatever.
I mean, they tried the. What'd they try? I lost my train of thought. Yeah, it's.
Well,
I mean, neither.
he was supposed to commit. Like the Marvel characters do. They commit to the diet, the workout program. You sign all that in your contract, and he
Right.
didn't want to fucking work out, so he just whined through the whole movie. It's too much, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about any of that, but yeah, it's. I mean, let's face it, they can give you muscles. They did it with Mr. Mom, right? 1989. He couldn't even turn his head in that armor, you know. He had to kind of shift his whole body to turn his head.
Yeah, well, I mean, it depends on the character too. If you're, Wolverine and you got a suit where you got to have some really good arms and shit,
Right. Oh yeah.
you're gonna have to be in shape.
I mean, look at Aquaman. Look at Aquaman. You know, he's buff. Always been buff. You know.
I mean, and I guess you could do that with a rubber suit, but it's not going to look as cool.
See, I remember Momoa from Stargate Atlantis. That's the first role that I had ever seen him.
He's actually, he's been in a lot of stuff. I mean, more than you think when you really go back and look at it.
Look at his career, yeah.
He played a cannibal in some sci-fi movie, dude. It was a crazy movie.
I really didn't think the Aquaman movie was okay. I don't want to downgrade it too much because it was. I think the reason it was successful is definitely the effects were. All right, if I had to distill it down into one sentence, it's the first epic underwater extended adventure, with all the sea life and all the different things, and you get a sea battle, and that was all brand new. We never really saw that before, and it looked spectacular.
No, yeah, the first Aquaman movie was, I mean, visually it was stunning. I don't know,
but the story was
that great.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
You had Amber Heard, which was a nothing. You had the weak Aquaman story of the Mr. Clone War guy was his, the actor that played him, not even Boba Fett. It was Jango Fett, and
yeah.
He's the New Zealand actor that's got all the tattoos. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of his name, but I know
made him his father. you know, they just kind of go like Lobo badass with Aquaman, and I'm like, is this really what Aquaman is? Okay, this is the best we can do. Okay, Aquaman with
Well,
dreadlocks.
I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing Jason Momoa as Lobo. I think that was they
Oh
should have
yeah.
skipped Aquaman completely and just gone with the Lobo. I mean, because
I don't know. That was a big paycheck for him. So, but
well,
yeah,
no,
he
I
said,
get it. I mean, I don't blame him for it, but I
yeah,
mean,
he said Lobo
Lobo is like
was
made for
born
him,
to
dude.
play Lobo. Out of
Yeah,
all his characters, I
you don't
can't
even have to
imagine.
put any makeup on him. You know.
Yeah, you wouldn't really. I mean, he kind of
Well, I
personifies.
mean, you give him
Looks like
the white face and the little black things under his eyes, right? And then, I
sure.
mean, that's it. You know, it's not like an extensive CGI or some shit.
Yeah, and we've seen pictures. He looks pretty good.
Hmm.
I my thing, and it's a good role because it's not going to last that long. It's not going to like be an extended thing where, because let's face it, he's getting older. I mean, in between Stargate Atlantis, that was in the 90s, and now is a long time, or
Well,
whenever
see,
Atlantis came out,
here's the
maybe
thing,
early
though.
2000.
Here, here's the thing, though,
25
too,
years
right?
can age you up.
You you might get the retro effect, though. Like just like happened with Lobo back in the early days. He wasn't that popular. He only appeared in a couple of things, and all of a sudden he exploded. He was everywhere. Fucking Lobo
Yeah.
was in everything. He was in crossovers. He was. I mean, it's been 25, 30 years. It could happen again. You know, the new kids might just latch onto Lobo and be like, ah, he's so fucking cool. And
That's
Jason
true.
Momoa gets
Yeah.
3 more movies. You never know.
And then, you know, if they go looking, if you're really nerdy and you want to, well, I'm going to check into Lobo. How many books does he have? Wow, you could probably get a Lobo omnibus or two by now with all the stuff that's been
Yeah,
done on him.
he's got quite a few. Yeah, and like he exploded at one point. I don't even remember why. It was like all
I
of a
think it
sudden he
was
just
Simon
like
Disney
love
and just the way the writing was. Yeah, and it's just the bad kid biker character with chains. You know.
mm, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you know it was popular back at that time. You know, Image had Pitt, Marvel had Incredible
Well,
Hulk. So DC
he's
had
kind of
Lobo.
an
That was
he's kind of a loner. Uh, Again, kind of like Wolverine, Hugh Jackman Wolverine.
mm,
He's kind of if you play him straight, the way he was first written, he's kind of like anti-establishment, and the kids definitely like that. People like that
yeah.
anti-establishment.
Mm, that's what I'm saying, dude. You never know. It might, all of a sudden catch on again, and he gets like a second life out of nowhere. You know,
It
it's
could.
happened
I
before
mean,
with comics.
when
Yeah.
you said Second Life, I thought he was down on the ground and somebody was doing CPR on him. That's what flashed through my head. That's the way my brain works, folks. You know, occasionally. Um,
When his
maybe I'm
brain's working.
accessing my dead zone, or maybe I just passed away and
Yeah,
I'm dreaming of. You know,
Rex is accessing his pineal gland. My third eye.
pineal gland. No, I killed that off years ago.
They
But
say
oh
that's where
yeah,
the third eye is supposed to be located. A little
oh
tiny walnut-sized
yeah,
gland in the middle of your forehead.
yeah, and I'm accessing. A little. I mean, I've watched a little bit on that and kind of aware, you know, just for research purposes. Especially right now, I'm kind of like haven't been doing anything over the sort of New Year, as far as like watching. I've been kind of earmarking some videos I'd like to watch on YouTube, dealing with the Nazi Bale that will be part of the 43 story, you know, because it was said that it might have been time travel and disappeared in time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'm kind of researching what the different theories, this secret project that we know very little bit about, which is great fodder for fiction, right? You can kind of add your own, and who's to say you're wrong? Because history can't prove you that it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of wide
Right.
open,
Oh, I got
wide interpretation, and I kind of like that
you.
because there were a
Yep.
lot of. I mean, let's face it. There's been more sort of Nazi Frankensteinish type stuff come out of the World War II lore in the comics than anything else. World War II was where kind of comics began, and it still continues to be something that you can kind of mine, right?
Mhm.
For
Well, and I
and
mean, and it actually historically too, right? So, I mean, there's plenty of stories of
oh
Hitler
sure,
and the Nazis looking into what do you call it, like the occult and shit to try to get advantages in the war. It's like
exactly.
Doctor Doom.
Well, I
You know,
mean, look, Indiana Jones. That's what they were doing. They
right?
were looking
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they were looking for artifacts so that they could get an
before the
advantage in the
war.
war.
Yeah, objects of power, and that actually went on. It was they were had a they were going to inter all the Nazi leaders in this cultish like round tomb and all kinds of stuff,
Well,
and
I
I
mean, that
mean
was
they
kind of half of
we
the
kind of
reason for
know.
the crusade.
Well, the repercussions of that war are still here today. I mean, America forgave a lot of the Nazi scientists and stuff, and they may have not, to sort of mine out the facilities. There were people that die in slave camps to do that for them, so they could do their secret
Uh,
project. So I
uh,
don't want to get in the weeds with that, but they were not. Their
uh,
blood was
we
on their
needed them
hands.
we needed them at the time.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Yeah, but especially for the space race because we were so
well, and
uh,
the nuclear
we
bomb,
were
and
so
there's
afraid of
quite a few things.
communism.
Yeah, but
The,
we would have never made a nuclear bomb if it wasn't for importing some of those guys. So was it questionable? Is it ethical? I don't want to go there. Did we do what we had to do to win the war? Yep.
yeah. Well, fortunately,
So
we're. Have you
I
heard it?
hear
I
you.
mean, I've heard rumblings about China that they might collapse, or that people are kind of standing up against the. I'm like, I don't know. During COVID, they were welded into their houses. I mean, how much
Bro,
power can?
China is uh, China is a strange duck, man. I don't know what to think about them half the time
Yeah. Well,
because
apparently
you don't know how
they're
much of
messing.
what we hear is real or not either. They've got a huge propaganda machine, like feeding information to us that
Oh
either
yeah.
makes them look weak or makes them look
Well, I mean, that's
strong.
part of the
But,
cyber war. That's really the big war going on right now.
oh yeah,
Is
yeah.
it,
It
it
has
has
been
been.
for years,
Yeah, it
right?
has
Yeah,
been. Yeah. We got
yeah.
to stay on
Since
top of
the
that.
shit, dude, since the late '80s, dude, when computers first got involved in society, man, the government was already all up in
Hmm. Well, I've heard rumblings that they're kind of in the waters around Taiwan now and kind of pushing Trump a little bit. I, just
there.
rumblings.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've heard they. I guess they fired a couple missiles purposely that landed, like off the Taiwan shores over
And
Christmas
what
holiday.
was their excuse for that? They were just testing new
Oh, they
missile
were just
systems.
show power. Look what we could do if we wanted to. We could have just landed 3 missiles right into a Taiwan city and caused you guys all kinds of problems, but we chose to put them in the ocean.
Wow.
Uh, it's just fucking being a bully, dude. That's
Right.
basically what that is.
Well, I mean, what is going to be our response? That's a $2 question, I guess. Trump's
Yeah,
not going to
that's
take
the
much of that. I wouldn't
well,
think.
dude. Yeah, but see, that's the thing. China is the everybody talks about Russia and this, that, and the other, but fucking China is the one we got to worry about. They're, I mean, as
Oh
far
yeah,
as the
there's
nuclear power and all that kind of stuff, they're they have far outdone the Russians by now, I believe.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I mean Russia's economy, and then them kind of stepping over into Ukraine has weakened them, and not that Putin have resources, but yeah, I mean, they were kind of taken out by Reagan, Reaganomics, whatever, right? I mean, and
Yeah,
perestroika and all that
they've been recovering ever since,
ever
and
since. Yeah, being broke up,
I
and I
mean,
know that he would like to march
Putin
across
thought
Europe.
he thought he was going to be more powerful than he was, I think. And, we had a very weak American president in office at the time. So he was like, well, never be a better time than now. But I don't think it turned out quite how he was planning. Turns out those Ukrainians are pretty fierce little bastards. And they had a lot of support. Good or bad, that's a whole other thing. Political, I don't want to get involved. But I always like seeing the little guys stand up to the big boys. I've
Sure.
always been an underdog guy,
And Putin would like to reclaim and be a conqueror, reclaim some of those
Oh,
old
sure he would. He'd
territories.
love to.
Yeah.
Dude, he hasn't been shy about it. He wants to bring the USSR back to where it was before, Reagan destroyed it. And he's just never been able to do it yet.
Yeah, and I don't think he will. I think you're spot on that China is the big threat. And a wounded bear lashes out. I think they've hurt themselves economically, and they've been propping themselves up so that they're kind of a paper tiger. But look, they got the resources, manpower, stolen technology. They could cause some havoc, and let's face it, the marketplace, if they march into enough countries and upset enough stuff, you could inadvertently trigger a worldwide depression, ultra inflation,
or
shortages
the
and
Third
stuff.
World War.
Yeah. I mean,
Even
Russia
if nobody takes,
is a threat.
even if nobody takes the nuclear option, and we all decide, okay, we're going to go at this conventionally, the damage to any one of the countries involved is going to be, well, probably not so bad for us because we're able to defend our airspace and our water space very well. But for the other countries involved, the damage is going to be massive.
You know what I'm saying is when the other guy flinches and says, "Let's see what you got," and then it's all on. You'll see what America has. No need to fly in a balloon over and get the information. We'll show you. We'll wipe you off the map. But in kind, we are not going to really survive as a human race. I mean, you can't fill the skies with nuclear missiles, even on a limited basis, and it not affect the whole world.
Worst case scenario is, but it's not going to be Russia or America or China that launches a nuclear attack. It's going to be one of those crazy little fucks out there in the Middle East that got himself a hold of a nuke, and he's going to fucking set it off and cause everybody else to push their buttons. It's not going to be one of these big guys because they already know nobody wins here.
Yeah. I mean, the Middle East is the most volatile, and because they're
just one of them crazy fuckers with a goddamn button.
No, they want to bring around the end of the world. But anyway, yeah, the world goes on, and Happy New Year, everybody. We'll get out of this morose speak, but I was just kind of wondering a little bit about China.
Bend over and kiss our asses goodbye.
Yeah. I think Russia's got a bloody nose. I think they're dealing with the Ukraine and going to continue to deal with the Ukraine. I haven't kept up with it much this time of year. I don't keep up with the outside news as much because I'm not like in the truck listening to it on the radio, the news, the latest.
Right. Don't you have a radio in your house?
I could go on YouTube and watch Mark Levin and listen to that or some other
No, well,
things
I
in
mean,
the
don't you
YouTube.
listen to music or anything? You ever just turn some tunes
No,
on? Dude, but
no,
my
I
house has
talked about
always
this
got
the other day.
fucking
You might
music.
not have been on that stream. Um, I don't really listen to a lot of music because it gets in my head and stays there, and I don't want that. Occasionally, like
Wow.
the other day, I thought one of Jeff Lynne's ELO songs were coming to me, and I thought, well, I might listen to some ELO in tribute to his birthday the other day. But I really don't listen to music because I want to think about the. I know this sounds crazy. I know it sounds insane, but I've got, besides God and Abby, and just everyday thing that's going on in my life, like my family, right? Um, Comics is pretty much what I think about, the momentum universe and the next storyline and how am I going to connect this with that and how am I going to do this and trying to problem
No,
solve.
that's cool. No. I get it. That's cool.
Yeah.
But, I've always dabbled in multiple art forms since I was just a kid. I've been playing music, I've been drawing, I've been
Right.
writing my own stories, all that stuff since I was just a type.
Yeah. I
Most of
like
my stories are songs instead of
when
being
when I got, one thing I got out of last April's Atlanta trip was something that I wanted, and I went the cheap way. I went a used, broke up set, which I prefer. Besides the thing that has all the disc in it, I was researching Gunsmoke for one thing. Take a drink, everybody, if you have one. I was researching that for sort of the Midnight storyline. I was in that headspace, and now I'm into sort of Nora Gray, trying to develop that character. So I'm watching Dead Space, because I think I will give her some sort of ultra precognitive type, powers that I wasn't initially going to do. She was just going to be sort of like a Sherlock Holmes.
She's going to be a cheating detective.
A cheating detective. Okay. Well, I'm not settled on anything, but I thought that would be pretty cool if she at least kind of had a heightened women's intuition
No,
or
I
whatever.
get it. It's I get it. It's a
I
nice
don't
house.
know that I'm getting
Much,
much out of
much,
this.
much easier to write. Her psychic powers revealed the clue than to actually come up with a good storyline for why that clue is there. No, I
Or
understand that.
maybe it's sort of dysfunctional and misleads her into trouble.
Well, maybe could
Yeah.
be.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just exploring
now you're gonna put a twist on it. I'm just fucking with you, right? No, it's all good.
One thing that I would like to see out of StreamYard or any of these streamers, like I want to share some stuff with you, like right now about that, so that you're kind of informed. Just one thing that I've a couple things. I was going to have Nora Gray in the here and now, and I've decided she works better as a character for me back in the 1940s. Now that doesn't mean she can't come to the future. But yeah, I think she works better as a detective in the 1940s.
Doesn't mean she can't survive into the future either. I mean, 1940s, if she's a young girl, she might be getting pretty old by now, but she could technically still be hanging in there.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't want to age her up. I mean, the good thing is I have a device, a story device, not a literal device, to where she can travel as a young lady to the future and even stay if she wants to.
Oh, very cool.
I mean, let's face it, if you could travel through time, you could go to a certain time, stay for a bit, and then go back.
Oh, hell, Eric just got here. Hi, Eric.
And not
good to see you, buddy.
Really miss any time. You could go back a minute after you left, right, and resume your life there. Kind of like a pocket universe.
If you're like a time lord, I mean,
Yeah. Well, I'm not
I know.
saying she's that, but
Well, I mean, but if you got that much control over time where you can come and go as you please, that kind of makes you a Time Lord.
well, I don't want her to age. I don't want her to age. So I'm going, okay, spoilers. If you don't want to hear it, close your ears, put your fingers in
La
yours
la
and go
la
la,
la
la, la,
la
la,
la
la.
la.
Yeah. Now she starts off just a normal mortal, right? But at some point, something makes her immortal so that she doesn't age. I'm going to make her eventually that character immortal.
Dun, dun, dun.
Boom,
Interesting.
boom. Yeah.
I've already
And
got a
so
couple ideas, but I don't want to say anything. Good.
now an immortal by definition couldn't be killed.
Depends how she got her immortality, right?
Yeah. I guess if she were separated from like an object of power or something that was keeping her, then she could revert
Well,
herself
I mean,
back
I was
into
thinking a little more simple than that. You
yeah.
do have a character already set up in your universe that she could run into in a story, have a battle with, and end up against her will being immortal.
Right. And that's kind of the angle I was playing. She wasn't looking for immortality, but she kind of achieved it.
Hmm.
Do you want to tell me the
I
character
like
that
it.
you're talking about? Are you talking about Bystander?
Nope. And I don't want to say it live on the air because it's
Oh,
stuff
okay.
that you and I have talked about in the background. So, but yeah,
Right.
you do have another character that's
Oh, well,
very capable of.
there is a vampire too, and I'm not going to do that to
Ah,
her.
that's
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. Well,
I'm not going
that's
to do
where I would
that.
go. I mean,
That's kind of
but dude,
undead
that would be a
living.
classic. Sherlock Holmes meets Dracula. That's a great fucking classic story you could do, and she ends up getting bit. She becomes immortal against her will, and now she's forever chasing the vampire that turned her into an immortal because she wants to die.
Yeah. Yeah,
Isn't that the classic
that's
vampire trope?
really that's Fembat's story, right?
Kind of. I mean, but it's kind of a classic, vampire thing.
Yeah.
Same thing with the werewolves. If you can find the one that bit you and kill him, and you can possibly reverse the curse or
Well,
whatever, blah
as
blah
you
blah.
know, I was watching some of the Hammer films that I have. I don't have a bunch of them, but a bunch of them are
Oh,
the
the Curse of the
vampire.
Werewolf is on tonight on Spenguli. I gotta watch it.
Cool. Um,
That's the Oliver Reed one.
so there are films, Hammer films, right? And that
Uh-huh.
where women are multiply bit and slowly changed. Just because they're bit once doesn't mean that sometimes it does. It's really the intent of the vampire, right? Seems
It depends on the lore too. 'Cause I've read vampire stories where they say they have to bite you like 3 times. But if you can catch them before the third bite, that's the one that like seals your fate. Is that
yes.
third time?
Mhm. And
Um,
then really you're kind
but
of enslaved to your master, right? I mean, you become kind of
well,
like a bride of, you
well,
know.
yeah. Even after the first one, you
Yeah.
become enthralled or whatever they call it. Where it's like
Well,
being
like the brides of
hypnotized, but
Frankenstein, they're
Dracula.
jilted women. After he turns them, he has nothing to do with them. They're kind of like him, and he loses interest in them. He can't drain them of blood anymore.
Hmm.
It seems like the brides of Dracula kind of get
Dracula.
jilted and kind of stay around
Yeah,
the
they
castle.
kind of get they kind of get neglected. And he'll bring them a
Sometimes they get,
baby every once in.
sometimes they go out and kind of break the master's will, right? And go out on their own to feed, and that kind of
Yeah, but
draws attention to them, and he gets pithy with them and kills them.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then he's got to go looking for a new bride.
Well, I mean, he's
Damn
got
bride.
multiple. I mean, he's a polygamist, really. He's an undead polygamist.
Well, Dracula usually had 3. That was
Right.
for whatever reason that seemed to be his like
Even in the
thing.
original
He always,
Dracula movie, there were like 3, I think. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm through. I don't know
Let's
why. If
face
there's
it,
a
the
reason
original
behind that.
Bela Lugosi is the template, isn't it? For most vampire movies.
Well, some yeah, some people will argue that that Spanish version that was filmed at the same time is actually better. And I don't know,
You
dude.
know, maybe I think that's a critic's choice. The lighting, the filming, whatever. You know,
Right,
I would have to.
but
Maybe if that was the version and I spoke Spanish, but I just can't get. I think Bela Lugosi is much more engaging than that
his
Spanish
look,
guy.
yeah,
Yeah, his
and
look.
he's like when Bela Lugosi like looked you in the eye,
Right.
you know, and gave you that crazy vampire stare. And there was just something there, dude. That was special. It was so fucking cool.
It's really amazing that Hammer did not start the Hammer horror that lasted for about 20 years earlier, than the late 50s.
Yeah, I think the war kind of slowed stuff down during the 40s
I
and stuff.
guess. Yeah.
So,
You know what I
but
think? The
you know what I
Quartermass.
really did like though, dude, was when Hammer started doing the Dracula movies and they put Christopher Lee in there. They
Yeah.
made him more the monster. He wasn't the,
Yeah. He was a
I'm
ravenous
gonna
wolf.
charm you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna charm you and like sneak up and steal your lady. I'm gonna just fucking walk in and take what I want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
crazy.
really, he was just a monster. Really didn't have any charm and personality. He was like the ravenous beast that wanted to feed.
Exactly. Which is,
Yeah.
he's a fucking vampire. When did vampires get all elegant and shit? I don't fucking stand that.
Bela Lugosi. I mean, even Bela,
Yeah,
charmed
but it
the real
wasn't that
estate
way.
guy Renfield.
The original Dracula story, dude. That guy is not all elegant and shit
Right.
until after he
Right.
gets to England. I mean, he's a fucking goddamn warlord.
I kind of like. I would kind of like a mixture of both. Oh yeah, Gary Oldman even played Dracula too. Did you like that
Oh
version?
yeah, dude. That's one of my favorite. His armor at the beginning of that movie that looks like
Yeah,
all
the
distressed
red armor.
muscle. Because
Yeah,
yeah, it's so fucking cool.
yeah. I need to go watch that movie. That starred the young lady. What had she played before? Was it
Oh
Beetlejuice?
fuck.
Beetlejuice?
The girl from
Yeah,
Beetlejuice. Uh,
yeah.
Keanu Reeves was actually playing Jonathan Jonathan Harker, which god damn it.
Now,
Like,
did you see the
it's
movie Renfield?
no, I haven't seen it yet, dude. I keep looking for it. I can't find it. It's not popping up on my Prime or anything.
Peter
I don't know
Orchard
why.
in the house. Peter.
Hey,
Peter
Peter.
Orchard Studios. Happy New Year's, everyone. He says. Um,
Happy New Year.
yeah, I mean, I watch these things for like story plot ideals, I guess, or anything I can glean. Right? It's not just me watching. So when I'm saying I'm watching Gunsmoke, I'm researching dialogue. I mean,
Well,
through
dude,
20
even
seasons. Through
like
20
when I watch
seasons, I got a
movies and
lot of
stuff.
dialogue. I got a lot of story ideals and things from
Right.
Midnight.
Well, no, I and I know you're thinking more of writing and story ideas and stuff, but
Hmm.
I mean, don't you get ideas for panel layouts and stuff when you see something really cool in a good movie and you're like, oh, that would look so good on a comic
Oh
book
yeah, I
page,
mean
you
it's
know?
and that's why I don't listen to music. I don't feed my mind stuff that's not going to get me to the finish line to where I want to
No,
be. You know what I mean?
the
Very
music
goal
is
oriented.
the music is there to feed your soul, Rex. It's just there to make you happy in the
I
background.
get it, but I don't need that as a muse. Renfield isn't worth the watch. Nicolas Cage acting in it is below subpar, dreadful acting from start to finish. And don't you think it's kind of overacted somewhat? I mean, the
But
humor, the viciousness,
isn't
that's kind of what
isn't
I
that
got
what Nick
from it.
Cage? Isn't that what Nick Cage does for the last 20 years? Is he over fucking acts everything? I mean, that's kind of his thing.
Yeah,
That's
he
what
kind of
he
did it
does.
in Ghost Rider. He kind of did it in Ghost Rider.
Dude, he kind of did it in every movie he's been in since like 1989.
Yeah, I hadn't paid that much attention, to tell you the truth.
He's fucking Martin Scorsese's nephew, too. He,
I'm not saying
or,
that I don't need that
or
stuff to
it might not be Scorsese. It might be the other Italian guy. He's one of those two guys. Fucking
right.
nephews. He never had to work for anything, dude.
Well, he's made a good career. I mean, longer, and I mean, he's legendary. I mean, at this point, I
Yeah,
suppose.
but again, that's because like 20, 25 years ago, he embraced the overacting thing because people were just like, yeah, we love when Nick Cage overacts. And he just made that his thing and he ain't never stopped.
Like
I mean,
Wayne's World. Yeah.
yeah, I just expect it out of him. Like, I watched that, what was it, Wally's Wonderland or some shit like that, something or another Wonderland, where it's basically like Five Nights at Freddy's, the uh, animatronics of Chuck E. Cheese come to life and try to kill the maintenance guy.
Mm.
And he like never says a word through the whole movie. He just fucking kills these goddamn animatronic like monkeys and ostriches and shit. It's fucking great.
Well, I want to get back to this just real quick. Like I was saying, World War II and World War One too. I mean, those were worldwide wars, right? They have a ripple
Yeah.
effect throughout the 20s and even into the 21st century, right? We still have not rebuilt and recovered from all that went on in the early part of the 20th century. More wars in the 20th century than any other century, and yet we
Yeah, but
we
they're
grew
very
we
small
grew up in a
wars.
fairly peaceful time. You and I did
Mm,
in the culture
yeah.
where,
Oh, yeah.
and
We went
even though
from
there
what
was
the.
a Cold War, I know you got under your desk, right? I mean, you had
Mhm.
you watched films of nuclear attack and
Oh yeah,
whatnot.
bro. I remember. Yeah, I remember the film strips and getting under your desk and all the
Mhm.
stupid shit they used to. Like, what is your fucking desk gonna do if a nuclear blast goes off?
And don't you
We're
think that
30
was the
miles.
best? Don't you think that was sort of like the last throes and vestiges when we were kids in the 70s of like the Cold War where they actually had civil defense? Because I remember
Bro,
civil defense bomb shelters.
here's here's my theory on all that, and that's from a wildlife firefighter's point of view. Because they give us these big giant emergency fire shelters that if the fire overtakes you, you're supposed to dig down into the ground, jump into this giant foil bag, and it's going to save you while the
Yeah.
fire sweeps over you. That is not what those are for. It's not going to save you. It just
Yeah.
makes it easier for the fucking rescuers or the recovery guys to find the body. It's the same reason they tell you, everybody get under your desk. They know where to fucking look, right, to start with.
Right.
It makes it easier for the recovery guys. Maybe you find a couple that survived. Most of them are just going to be easier to find because you know
And,
where they are.
and see, when I was looking at all the sort of atom bomb nuclear movies and on YouTube on this one show, it took you through the logic of it. And by the end of it, it's like, I don't know if I want to survive afterwards. It was kind of dire towards the end of the 50s, but with
Oh,
these
yeah.
survival movies, of like, yeah, I've survived, but what world am I inheriting? And do I really want to survive it and live in it? It's kind of like Omega Man, right? Without the mutants.
Right, yeah. I
Yeah.
got you.
Because that was kind of like
well, I
a
mean, look at what is it, Mad Max? You know, all the
Planet of the
what
Apes,
do they call
Planet
it?
of the Apes with the nuclear bomb.
Dystopian features, right?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying about like momentum. I want it to reflect and not be so far away from reality. That's kind of what I want, the momentum universe, that we are living in a ripple effect of those wars, and something that major has consequences, right? It has ripple effects for decades afterwards, right? And I guess what I'm trying to say is like, a major event is kind of fragments and it's kind of like within a ripple effect itself. Now, I'm going to kind of show some stuff like that. I think I said that like the Eiffel Tower is located in New York City and the Statue of Liberty is located in France.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to show. Now, that's going to be a slow burn. You're going to see things that don't quite jive with the real world. So something's wrong.
You
You know what I'm
blew it
saying?
all up.
Blew
You
it all up.
bastard.
38. Get your paws off me, you You
I
can't
love
touch the original. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I forget who the girl is that played Nova, but good God, man, I
Oh yeah,
loved her
she was.
when I was.
Oh yeah, I dropped a
I
nuclear
think so.
bomb about 15 minutes ago. Guess where? The toilet.
Nope.
Wow. Yeah, that happens. At least you get your paint peeled eventually.
There you go.
You do that enough times.
Get those.
Yeah. Or become
You,
I'm
you
gonna.
clean the walls right away, right afterwards, and you'd be amazed at all the stains that get lifted off.
Eric and Boyd winds up as a shadow on the wall. In the sitting position.
It's just a little carbon imprint of
Yeah, we need a hazmat team on aisle 3. Oh my gosh.
bring me a gallon baggie and a spatula.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Sorry.
I mean,
Sorry,
it's
Eric.
nice. It's nice not to kind of have that in public consciousness. That Cold War, that kind of went away, I guess, with the fall of the Berlin Wall, somewhat, and the breaking up of the greater USSR.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there's been movies made about that, like one of the James Bond movies, I think, was diving into that, and then also like North Korea had one
And
set in North
North
Korea.
Korea is another one. Woohoo!
Yeah,
Those guys are wacky. Funny. I wouldn't be surprised if those guys fucking, accidentally set off a nuke at some point. Whoops.
mm-hmm.
Hopefully it's like still in North Korea when they accidentally shut it off. That would be fucking amazing.
Yeah. I mean, if it was, see now that if you wanted to draw a nuclear bomb and you didn't want to, like, you would want to set it off. You wouldn't want to launch it because they can tell where it came from, right? But now, if it looks like
you're gonna strategically take out one of your own cities to start the nuclear war. Ooh, you are devious, Rex.
no. I'm saying that if you wanted to like attack China nuclear, you would probably set it off in like an adjoining smaller. We'll just take out. Now you couldn't really do that with South Korea there. You know what I'm saying? They're so close.
I mean, unless you're gonna hit South Korea,
Yeah, I would be looking for a neighboring state that's openly hostile, I guess, and then
I'd have to look at a map again, Rex, before I could get into
who
this
else has
conversation
nukes?
properly.
Who else has nukes? See, you would have to do it with nuclear power.
That's what I'm
but
saying. Nobody else in that area
I'm not
has them.
saying that
But
America would ever do it, but if I was devious, that's what you would do. You would like set it off in North
well, that's
Korea,
the
which is
problem
next to
nowadays is
China.
that everybody would just assume that they bought a nuke somewhere, and that they set it off. So it's not like
Oh, yeah, I guess you could do that. That everybody would
yeah,
be
you just
saying,
buy
where
a
did
nuke
this
from
country get a nuke from, though?
right.
Where did they
They thought,
where did they get it?
where do they all get them from? Fucking Russia, fucking
And then you can come
China.
in like the cowboy with the white hat and say, we will investigate with our radiation shoots and we'll see the origin of, and then we could drop clues that it wasn't us.
Wow, you've got a very optimistic view.
Well, I mean, if you really wanted
I
to
don't think
do
we
a
would have a
limited,
chance to do all that. I
if
think
you
things
wanted
would
to do a
get like
limited,
very out of line very quickly.
if you wanted to do a limited and devastating strike, it seems like the little sleight of hand would be the way to do it.
Well, I get that, but you got to be able to convince everybody else that North Korea just initiated an unprovoked attack on South Korea or whoever you choose to be the aggressor, whoever you choose to be the poor person that gets the nuke. You got to convince everybody else in the world that those are the bad guys, so that everybody turns against them.
Yeah, you got to
Because it's
drop
not.
the false evidence. Yeah.
Right. And it's gonna if you don't have all that shit set up airtight to start with, it's gonna turn into a goddamn
Sure.
nightmare.
Yeah,
And
but America's good at that. Kennedy assassination, all kinds of stuff. Come on.
okay. All right.
Pale Rider,
I'd
what's with the
rather
extra
not.
R on the end of your name? I'm just wondering, what's with the extra R on the end of your name? Come on. Homeland
He's
Security
feeling
is on the way to Rex's
sir.
house right now, confirmed. Says Pale Rider. Yeah.
All we're gonna find at my house is some burn spots in the backyard. So
And a few
what's
shadows.
left? Yeah, that's what's left of the nuclear testing from this summer.
Carbon 15, Yeah.
Oh, they're coming to get you, Barbara.
I hate to ask this next question because I hate to do this to you, but
Ask it.
maybe okay. When do you have to go back to work?
Monday.
Monday. Okay. So at least you got the rest
I
of
got
the
2 more days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you're dreading that.
Oh, bro. Yeah.
I'm
No
dreading
idea.
that for you. And now unfortunately, the car problems, you got to get it done this weekend or you don't have a way to work. Really.
Yeah. So my last 2 days of resting up for work are now going to be put into working on the car.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully it won't take that long, but you just never know.
No, I'm pretty sure I know what's going on with the car. It's just it's been doing fine, even though it had an issue. And I knew at some point, I'm gonna have to fucking deal with it again. But it's been doing fine. So I was just like, all I need is a few more weeks to get us fucking out of the teeth of winter and into where I can get some warm days to work. And no, of course, I go out to run my errands this morning, and my car decides it's going to tell me, "Oh, I need some help, Ed. I need some help." Oh gosh, shit. All right.
Pale Rider says, when YouTube changed how our names were displayed, I went to change my name and Pale Rider wasn't available. So I just added an extra R. Oh, wow. Somebody stole your name. I'm sorry.
Somebody stole your name, pal? That's terrible. Fucking filthy YouTubers.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, I mean, for YouTube for doing
Oh, wait.
that, you know. I'm sorry if you tuned in for Feature Friday, because it is Friday, messed up by the holidays, I guess. We were supposed to do Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, but we will do him
Oh
next.
shit!
Yeah.
I forgot today was even Friday, right?
And yesterday
So,
we did O'Reilly anyway, or whatever his name was over there on X. We kind of looked through the stuff yesterday, so you kind of got your featured artist. It just wasn't Lopez. We'll do him next week. Really, I don't even know how we're streaming on StreamYard right now. I guess because I didn't think I had any free hours to the 5th of January, but I don't think I'm still on the advanced. I think they've downgraded me to probably my free hours today. But I didn't think that I was supposed to get them to the 5th. So I'm glad I able to be here on StreamYard, you know.
oh, that's good.
Looking into January, not much marked here, but Sabrina will be on the mic stand the 11th coming up on Sunday, and I will be on the mic stand the 18th on Sunday.
Cool.
Mike Walters mic stand, having fun doing that once a month. And apparently he's got a pretty good rotating thing now, you know, and I hope he puts our names in the title, not just to make it easier for people to find that particular broadcast, you know. I suggested that to him. I don't know if he's going to take me up on that or not. But I mean, you know, titles are golden, man. I mean, you can get major views if you have the right title. I mean, that's not necessarily even being
Yeah, it is. And sometimes it's just something goofy, you know, that you just throw out there, and like people are like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, when I put it
So they want
together and then I get major views on a video, I'm like, wow, what did I do? Can I replicate it?
right, yeah. You're always chasing that high.
Well, I mean, you have, you know, for the health of the channel, I suppose, if you want to call it that way.
So, it's gonna be a great idea for a new parody song.
Oh yeah, we'll write it down, or you'll forget it.
Yes, I will.
Now, speaking of yesterday's show,
History. Oh.
yesterday, yeah, not that's not the Rolling Stones.
No. No.
That's the beat.
It's the Beatles.
At the end of yesterday's show, we had 64 viewers, and it went down to about 17 minutes viewing duration, which is not bad.
No, it's
A little under 17.
Not terrible at all.
Yeah. 69 views altogether on the video yesterday's show.
Oh, that's a good
No,
number.
I'm sorry, 52. But the draw stream was 69 so far.
Okay.
Yeah. But been doing pretty good. I mean, you know, I had a hanging with my homie, which really became a draw, an all-out panel draw stream since it was kind of New Year's, and 131 views.
Wow.
And the late night draw before that was 111. So those are picking up. You know, views on the show remain strong despite myself. And, you know, what I do or don't do. I do hope to be entertaining somewhat. I mean, you know, talk about nuclear
you keep
war,
on hoping, man.
keep it lively.
You keep that hope alive, right?
Optimistic and hopeful. You know, that we're all going to die, so we might as well burn out instead of fade away. I don't know. That's a line from. That's a line, as you know,
fade away.
from Highlander, of course.
What?
Yeah, Highlander, right? I mean, that's what he says.
No.
better to burn out than fade away.
I mean, maybe he said that, but originally from an old Neil Young song.
Oh, yeah, and that's probably where they took it from.
I don't remember them saying that in that movie. But okay.
Oh, well, they were in
I haven't
the
watched
church because
Highlander in 30 years.
you can't battle on holy ground, right? So they met in the church, or he comes in, the bad guy, Kruger, whatever his name is, right? And
Mr. Krabs.
He's shaved his head. He's got the pins, looking like a punk rocker because he sliced, he put pins in the sliced throat, right? Scar.
Yeah. He pins it back together.
Wore the cut
but
off
you know
gloves.
that guy's the voice of Mr. Krabs now, right? On SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. He did that. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, the original Highlander had some humor in there too. Remember when he gets in the car and throws out the husband and says, "Mom," and she's like, "Oh," and then of course, he can't die. He's immortal, so he can be reckless in traffic all he wants. If he wrecks the car, it's not going to hurt him. But she's scared to death. That woman. He sticks his tongue out and goes, "Mom," and it's got a lot of humor in it.
Yeah, I got you.
1984, the year that I graduated high school, independents kind of ruled the comic book scene. You had Miss Mystic here, and this group back there is supposed to be, especially on this cover of number 2, is supposed to look like the Fantastic Four. It is not. A Neil Adams cover here, by the way. Pacific Comics, love Pacific Comics. Miss Mystic would go to Neil Adams' own company, Continuity Comics. But for now, it's at Pacific Comics with the first issue and here the second issue. Love the little Zipatone outfit she had. That was something you'd never seen before or since, really.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Here you go. Pat Broderick, I believe. Pat Broderick cover. Pat Broderick doing Sunrunners for Pacific Comics. That's the first Pat Broderick I saw.
Oh, okay.
Did you ever read Sunrunners? It was a pretty good run. Again, these Pacific Comics were really not. Yeah.
I didn't come across a whole lot of Pacific Comics in my day. I think by the time they opened some specialty stores around here, like not many people were bringing those in.
Yeah, that's sad because that really Pacific Comics had some nice, they were a distributor, Pacific Comics. Here's First Comics. I think I still have my copy of this. Jerry Bingham, from First Comics. Beowulf. I'd never read Beowulf with Grendel back there, which looks a lot like Lord of the Rings Smeagol.
Yeah, a little bit.
The Ralph Bakshi version, my precious.
Yeah, but Grendel is supposed to be a lot bigger, a lot more powerful than Smeagol.
Right. The original Beowulf story, who wrote that? Was it Celtic?
No, there's no known author. It's a myth out of history.
From English history?
Look it up. I think it's Norwegian, Viking, or Celtic.
Norwegian, Viking.
One of the other.
Yeah. This is a wraparound cover.
Nobody knows who wrote it. It's one of them stories that's just in there.
Okay. A lot of the graphic novels had wraparound covers. Not all of them, but this was one that was a non-Marvel. It was kind of nice. Jerry Bingham had a dragon on the back. You can kind of see the wings there by the logo.
All right, hold on, wait. Apex is here. Have they ever found an author for Beowulf yet? Apex. Have they ever like pinned it down to one guy or one area or anything? If anybody knows Apex would. All right, sorry, Rick.
Well, I'd like to see you do Hopper. You did a Lady Hopper. Why don't you do Hopper, Carrie? She says, I have a pizza round. Which character would you like me to try?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very nice,
Sun
Carrie.
White Runners. I have first issue. Yeah. Apex Comics in the house. Hey, Apex. Apex After Dark. Yeah, I announced that at midnight with Edwin Buzz Acevedo. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Thanks for letting me know in advance on Instagram. Yeah, a male Hopper. Yeah. Hopper has the distinction of being on a cover with the first cover with Devil Flyer. And
Very
see,
cool.
you would like a lot of the Pacific stuff because they had Bernie Wrightson, they had Twisted Tales, all kinds of
Oh,
horror comics, you know?
I'm sure I would have loved it.
Yeah,
I didn't see them. You know, I didn't have a chance to even fucking get a chance to buy them. You know,
right.
or if I did, I didn't realize what it was that I was seeing. Um, anyway, it's about that time, buddy. I gotta go.
Sorry, just
Rex?
yeah, sorry. I was just kicked myself to kind of reboot, you know.
Rex?
Uh, yes, yes. Can I not be heard? Yeah, I read that. Can you hear me, chat? Hopefully you can hear me. I just kicked myself to resize everything because it was so tiny. I couldn't even take off the little spinner rack comics there. Notifications. Just checking my messages here on X real quick. People wishing Happy New Year. You can hear me, right? Nobody. I hate it when I ask a question and nobody answers. Come on, guys. You can hear me, right? Shadowhawk couldn't hear me, but that's nothing new. The king on X. Don't know what that means. I'm under the king. Yeah, Rex means king. Good night, all. Have a lovely night. Yeah. Can you hear me? We can hear you. Okay. Finally, somebody answers me. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just kicked myself to resize. I don't know why Shadow left, but maybe getting a little rowdy there in his house. Let's see. Just checking my messages over on X here. Peter Gilmore says, "Hope you have a good one, dude." He's on different. I guess he's the only other one. K-pop said, "Happy New Year." Angela said, "Happy New Year, Rex." George Peter Gaddis, "Happy New Year." David Brink, "Happy New Year, Rex." It's a Lemon says, "Happy New Year for you." He's in Belgium and your family as well. Scarlet Fever says, "Happy New Year, hun," with her Southern hun. Trusty Sidekick, same to you. And Shadowhawk, Rex. JD Gunther, you too, Rex. Thank you, and God be with you in 2026. Shay the Red, happy early New Year, Rex. And Dr. Mask says, "Hey, Rex. Yeah, I think I'm going to fund my comic into a storefront and start a Kickstarter sign up in a week or so." I don't know if a campaign's ended, if you can turn it into a storefront. Maybe after it's ended, I think you have to do that before it ends. I mean, yeah, you could start a new one and just do it storefront, the they can get it approved again. I guess they're going to work with you over there on Fund My Comic. Apex says good night, Shadow. Yeah, we didn't do Garcia Lopez, a great DC artist, still continues to do art for DC, does a lot of their like manufacture, their in-house sort of, if I need an ad for this, he's kind of resigned to that instead of like sequential comic book work that he did for so many years, but he's still doing like the superhero stuff for DC. He does a lot of their in-house. Like I bought some mechanical pencils from Target in their little dollar area when they had a dollar area. I don't know if they still do. I don't go to Target at all now, really, now that they've reduced their DVDs and just money wise. I just haven't done it. But he did the artwork on the mechanical pencils, probably on the pencils themselves and on the packaging. He does a lot of packaging type stuff for DC. And hopefully we'll take a look at that next Friday. And in fact, I'm going to do a deeper dive on Feature Friday this year. I'll look it up on Google and find images and put them in files for the individual artists. So this will give me a whole week to do that. And we'll just do Garcia Lopez next week. Sorry, there was no Feature Friday. And being late today for the show. I hear that Backer Kit is another crowdfunding platform that will allow storefront. I've not heard of Backer Kit. I've heard of Zoop. Some people have done some stuff on Zoop, but I've not heard of Backer Kit. I'll have to make a note of Backer Kit because I've not heard of Backer Kit, as a platform. That's interesting. I'm with my next project, the unseen artwork of John Buscema, I looking to go on all three of the big platforms, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, and on my comic. But I don't know if I'll go to any ones like Zoop or Backer Kit, but maybe, look into it. I think it'd be sufficient really to get the book out to Amazon, and into local bookstores and that's one reason I don't visit Target as much, because that's in our mall. And when that, about 6 years ago or so, when that tornado came in and cut our mall in half, it destroyed our bookstore, our Books a Million. It wasn't Books a Million. Really our last bookstore. We don't even have Christian bookstores here anymore. Barnes and Noble. Now, Barnes and Noble said initially they weren't going to come back, and they did come back. They kind of took over where Bed Bath and Beyond used to be, and that seems like a downsizing to me. But I've not been in the new store, but I'm not buying trade paperbacks like I used to. I would get the sort of collected trade paperbacks to kind of keep up with what DC and Marvel and stuff. But since they went woke, I'm kind of hope you go broke, and not buying. But I was catching up on getting in Crisis on Infinite Earth, or other major events, Marvel Zombies, that was in 5 different trade paperbacks and stuff. So I have an extensive trade paperback, and then most of the essentials, which some of those reprints like that, especially with just the black and white line artwork, it being in black and white, those have become out of print and desirable for collectors. They pay some big money for some of those, over $100 just for a reprinted 500-page volume just on newsprint that's going to yellow over time. It's pretty crazy. This year I hope to show you some of the essentials I have. they've been back here all the time, and I haven't showed them. And the DC showcases, which are kind of like the essentials. I don't have as many of those. I've got a few, like I've gotten, and some are even ex-library copies, that have the little where you can put the little library card in and checkout little thing on it, or like binding tape on the binding, the bottom, for identification. So I went cheap on buying some of them. I just wanted a copy, but I wasn't that invested. If I really liked the series, I would buy a brand new copy, and pay the price. But I cheated on a few, and got lower grade copies. And I've got archives and trade back collections, like I've got all the new Teen Titans up to a certain point, that great George Perez stuff in like a trade paperback form. At one time, the Frank Miller run on Daredevil wasn't available. So I've got the first trade paperback, which I imagine that's becoming kind of out of print and valuable, even though that material's been printed elsewhere since then, I think. But that was the only thing out there. And I thought, I really wasn't the Frank Miller fan, but it's such a seminal work. I need to take a second look at it and have that in my collection. So I paid like $150 to get that. I think New Teen Titans was closer to $200. And I've got I've only got 2 omnibuses. The Death of Superman, and that's what I ordered, and they sent me a Marvel maxi series 1 through 12 of the Squadron Supreme omnibus by mistake, and they said just keep it. So those are the only 2 omnibuses I really have, but I do have some of the larger Marvel volumes and DC archives and things like that. So I hope to show those this year. Maybe some of my figures and other stuff like that too, and get back to showing some stuff. But it's really difficult to do that with not getting my camera, for draw streams and stuff. I could, get that set up where you could actually watch me draw, but it's problematic. I'm not saying I'm not going to do it. It's just continue the way we have for a little while. But I'm kind of a different artist anyway, the way I like to work. Excited to hear about some new Doctor Who found old stuff coming out here pretty soon. Hopefully, it may take a couple years to get it on Blu-ray or DVD or in a collection or something where BBC can sell it to everybody. But I'll wait. Not in a position right now to buy a bunch of stuff anyway. But I'm excited they found some lost episodes. That has been confirmed, by the way. My main thing is to, work on Devil Flyer as quick as possible. Get with Ryan James. He says they'll be available more this year. We need to talk about the next leg of what he's going to do. He did complete the, I've not talked to him, but I assume that's the completed image of Devil Flyer and Armored Flyer battling. So we need to talk about what he's going to draw next, and, for the 2-page spread, and still trying to get in contact with John Dillard on his part of the book, and talking with the printers on what's next to be printed up and how it's to be printed, all the cards. Probably going to make an announcement right now. I'm just going to say, since we kind of did a just in case suite, that aka Chrome Dog, set my campaign up. So he kind of made his own mail up. I don't know that, so if you signed up, you were going to get an announcement. you're gonna, would get a Devil Flyer card, and it is on the campaign, drawn by me about 3 years ago or more. I always loved that. Got it colored by Weem 6 or 7, I can't remember, studios out of Canada. And always wanted to make that a chrome card. I'm told you have to order minimum like 250 of those, but I'm fine with that. I like the artwork that I did at that time, and I like the color job on it. I think it would look awesome and that's what I promised, and that's what I'm going to give you. Sadly, my local printer can't print like the full card, so I'm gonna have to go with someone who does. And there's people like Jason Bascom. He's the one that told me that 250 is about the limit, the minimum. So I had to have that printed by someone else. But my announcement is, I guess, since I really don't know who signed up, I'm just going to give every backer a chrome, not a chromium, but a full card of Devil Flyer. And if you want to see that, just a second, I'll show you the artwork to that. It is up on the campaign. I just have to access the campaign here real quick. Sorry, I didn't have this already keyed up. Take me about a second. Computer seems to be running faster. I don't know. It has its slow periods. It has its, I think it's volume as well. I do pay for high speed internet, but I don't want to take you so far. Wow, that's really big. I don't know how to downsize that, but I don't know why it's so big. That's what she said. It's the keychain on the campaign visually. It is. No, I haven't had that made up. And I mean, I will probably, let me address that in a second. Here is the artwork anyway, done by me about, I don't even know, 3 years ago, and colored by Weem Studios. Anyway, I think that'll look awesome, especially in sort of its garish colors. As a full. So everybody who signed or did not sign, every backer gets this card now, in full. Yeah, I wanted to look. It'll probably be an image kind of like this, Carrie. That's a very good picture of her. Looking up at the camera. It'll probably be something like that on one side, and then maybe the Devil Flyer logo, or, on the other side. It needs to be connected with the campaign in some way, it'll probably be something like that, or one of these pictures that's on the Abby thing. I like that grass shot there with her ears up. I like that one where it's like hot and she's panting and got her eyes kind of closed too. That's kind of cool. I'll pick a good image, and then, maybe Devil Flyer logo, or maybe just like I could like cut out the helmet here off the main cover and put it on the other side. I don't know. Give me some suggestions, but we're doing very well on the campaign. We've had three contributions recently to the campaign. And I expect more by the time of closeout. We're only $99 away from getting the next stretch goal. And then I think if we can get it up to $5,000, which is kind of a personal goal to mine and should be for everybody. But if we don't, we don't. We will get we will get a Hopper and Lady Hopper. You get 2 items sticker. Now this will be the Hopper sticker you get. This will be the Lady Hopper sticker you get. But there is Hopper in another pose done by Rob Ewing, and that one you'll also get that if you buy the sticker book. If you are international and you want to back something that has the free international and you've been a previous backer, I will give you free shipping. I will have to arrange that with you though. But everybody, as of today, my announcement is everybody's going to get the full sticker here. It's just going to be too much hassle to see who signed up for it. So if you didn't sign up, but you backed it later on, found out about it later on, you'll be getting this card. What are you going to get with your purchase? Let's go through it real quick again. You get this 6 a.m. sticker free to every backer. Just had him commission that. Going to cost me money. Not going to make anything on it. Give you that free 6 a.m. sticker to start out with based on John Dillard's A cover. You get a free artwork by me, 6x4 character head sketch, color black and white, or maybe a little both here, like this one, black and white with a little red highlight. Don't know. Picked from the very best. And you get, everybody's getting this card now. It will be a full card. And if I have to do 250 of them, it'll be fine. I'll just use those and take them to conventions, or put them up on eBay, the extras, whatever. I'll just have extras. Charter member cards have already been printed up for everyone, and those will come to you in a top loader. Devil Flyer trading card going to be printed up here pretty soon. The first stretch goal by John Dillard, John Falandes rather. The zigzag magnet's going to be printed here locally. I'm talking to her now about the sizing of that. I'd like it a little larger than sort of what I've done with them with magnets before. I have a certain size in mind. The Midnight Trading card here pretty soon. The Fan Card Club with Apex pencils and my inks and spot colors on there of Sea Demon. Glad he got in at least somehow on the campaign because he is a major character. And the Bog done by Omer Glitch here. This will be on one side and this will be on the other on that one card. And this is what we're shooting for now. The Bog 6 a.m. sticker. You can get other stuff, like if you buy the sticker book, you can get a Cortex 6 a.m. sticker and a Hopper sticker. If you want to know what the Hopper sticker looks like, it is up here, going the wrong way. It's depicted on the main cover. There's the art book by Denise's front and back cover. Limited time only, free domestic shipping for the sticker book. $10. Like I say, if you're international and want to buy it, I'll arrange it somehow so that it won't charge you shipping and just put it with your bundle. You get a Cortex, and there's the Cortex 6 a.m. sticker, and there's the Hopper sticker on the front cover. There'll be additional stickers that you can stick in the sticker book. Free Abby keychain, what Carrie was talking about with the trading card set. That's going to be it's going to have like Bog and a villain on the back. It'll have like Devil Flyer and a villain on the back. It'll have like the Seer and a villain on the back. No stats, just the name and the characters. And a special 10th card, secret mystery card. Not going to tell you about that yet. Everybody's been upgraded if you back the campaign to get the digital, which will have additional material. So if you weren't getting the digital, now you are getting the digital. The acrylic standee also has free domestic shipping right now. And that can ship flat too, and that's lightweight. So if there's some international people interested in buying the acrylic standee, I'll give you free shipping as well. if you've got a previous, this is not for new backers, but for ones that have previously got something coming to them. If you bought the digital, if you bought just the digital, you'll be getting additional material that can't be printed in the book, but you will be getting your charter member cards regardless, because you back the campaign. And just because it's not physical, it's digital, you will get a physical letter momentum letter in the mail, just like everyone else. And you'll get your charter member card, and you will get your sketch card. And I've done, up to this point, I've done 116 cards. I did update the campaign, so if you want to check that out, it is up on the campaign. Hopefully that clarified a few things for you. Did you know the Chosen TV series has a book on Amazon? I did not know. Yes, Abby is a beautiful girl, and so are you. Woman. I wouldn't insult you by saying, but yeah. So big announcement today, I guess, which has been a long time coming, I suppose. Everybody's going to get a Devil Flyer full card if you didn't sign up. If you did sign up, you were going to get it anyway. But instead of just mailing that mail list, I'm just going to, because most of you signed up, not everyone. And I don't want to slide anybody. And I could use the extra cards. Like I say, once we get it printed up, I'll be looking to do some local conventions, perhaps. My local comic shop kind of puts on things like that. Kind of heralds some of that stuff. Check notifications just to see if How Dear shared this out. He did not. That's fine. I will do it. He did the draw stream last night, though, or yesterday's show. Yeah, thank you for sharing that out, How Dear, by the way, last night. Usually I'm running about a day behind on my X. I don't update it, or it tends to have a day late. Just depends on if I'm on it. I haven't been on. Oh, Darren Cook. I don't know if I've added Darren Cook. He's a great artist. I would like to do on Feature Friday. I've got quite a list, thanks to Omer. I've added a few names myself. Feature Friday. So I guess you won't get 52 Feature Friday. Well, it'd be more than that anyway. It's more than once a month, right? Or, well, no, I guess, was there 52 weeks in a year? Isn't there 52 weeks in a year? Never that. I took general math. We had a very strict, hard. I knew I wasn't going to do. I was like a C student in math, C plus maybe. I got to give Abby her meal here, or yes, a meal with her medicine here in just a minute. She's hacking a little bit. Yes, 52. I guess you only get 51. Well, I don't know. I mean, you kind of got one unofficially yesterday. If you didn't see O'Gill's work yesterday, go back and look at yesterday's show. Phenomenal stuff. He's on X and posts a lot of things. Works, I think, primarily in gouache. That's a medium I really haven't worked a lot in. I'm not opposed to it. I have worked in it before. Probably did some minor things in tempera paint. Then you're getting like childhood paint, not a very good quality paint. So I don't work in that. But I'm not opposed to gouache. I know John Fernandez, who drew the Devil Flyer story, amongst other things for me. He's worked a lot in his commercial design stuff in gouache, quite a bit, but I haven't. Not that much different from watercolor. Have you worked a lot in that, Omer? Have you worked in gouache quite a bit? Also, you mean Darren? Yeah, Darwin Cook, maybe. Yeah. Yes, exactly. And I'll show you some of his work right now. Just real quick. Here's a piece done by him, Into the Trail. There we go. Make it a little bit bigger for you. That's nice. There we go. A little Lone Ranger. He got started in comics very late, really. At least, his notoriety was late. So this is all kind of his Western stuff, but very cool stuff. And kind of Frazetta on this one. Anyway, we'll look at him later this year. He'll be on my short list. Not a lot of gouache. Yeah, I don't even really think I have any gouache paint right now. I'd have to go out and buy some to actually work in gouache. And I'm probably not going to do that. I want to get back to acrylic painting though. Anyway, keep collecting, and we will see you tomorrow, hopefully on time. Bow for now.